This
always good to be.
unscheduled break has been brought to you by Microsoft Update.
This is where we get to.
Now, I think that they've got...
That's accurate. Nothing was defamed. They can't complain.
Yeah, we didn't specify how the
Yeah.
break was.
Maybe we were all just looking at all the cool new features Microsoft has.
Such as removing microphones.
That's precisely what it is. It was 100% just looking at all the features. I decided to spend the last hour and a half just reading over all the terms and conditions of the new update. That's what it was.
They were really compellingly written this time. I don't blame you. Couldn't put it down.
Every once in a while, just for the shit of it, they go and they copy paste some Shakespeare and just drop it in the middle. It's really fun. Anyway, welcome back to the table. So it's super fun to be back here finally after my little bit of a hiatus. But we are back to where we left off in the world of Uara. So where last we met, the party got themselves into the city and found their way around and met a couple of fun NPCs, including a little bit of druid action. The best of the best, in fact, as far as they were concerned, which was only topped off by the better and much more chipper Nikki, the magic attendant that was way too happy to serve. But if one thing could not be any better, it was probably the moment that everyone started to see black shadows in the sky. And we were left with the haunting visions of a Dracolich tearing apart the Vale of Liana, and the sudden, inevitable hush that befell the town as all the druid souls in revelry dropped down. And this is where we will begin again. Standing in the streets in the middle of the night, surrounded by the dropped down, still lifeless, silent bodies of druids.
So am I coming out of my scrying?
Yeah, you would be coming out of your scrying at just about this moment, as everyone else is looking around at the hush.
Illifer Stone would be very actively being pinned down.
That makes good sense.
There's a lot of dick in here. And Bellifer is going to run for the Archdruid or whatever he was. And try a little bit of Revivify.
As you head over to the body, you see that they do not appear to actually be deceased. In fact, you can sense about them a general sort of an aura of life that is, hand in hand with the druids. However, it's almost as though they are locked inside their own minds.
Okay, they are alive, but we should get them out of the street.
Okay. What are my spell slots at?
I still keep doing the thing where when I assume a character is behind me, I talk to behind me. And that is not good for the microphone. It's not good for the audio, it's not good for anyone. But I still keep doing it. Like, if I assume the rest of the bot is behind me, I just go, yo, yo, yo.
Do I see my mentor anywhere?
No, he is not to be seen.
Do I remember where he went?
You haven't seen him this evening. The last time you saw him was before the festivities began. You do know, though, that he is staying in the same inn that you are. So that's a good bet as to where he might be.
I go over to Carrick.
Okay.
We need to go where you saw the dragon now.
You know, I'm just gonna say real quick, it's a dragon. I don't know that we fight it out of nowhere. I think probably a little bit of time to prepare.
We need to
You're
go
saying these
there,
people
and
are
we
dead?
need to save anyone.
They have a pulse, they
Le-
are breathing, they are just not responsive.
We can leave here. We're not needed here. We need to go.
We should still get the people off the streets. We should return to the inn. That didn't be their problem.
Yeah,
Mike-
I'm gonna.
How many people is probably here in the town right now?
In the town, or just the people that are in the square?
We're
Town.
talking about the druids
Yeah.
here.
I guess there's like a
Yeah.
shit ton of druids in the town or city or wherever.
There are a lot of druids that came through here because they're all on a pilgrimage to the Vale. So in the square right now is the majority of them, so that's probably close to about 50 or 60 people.
Oh.
But as far as the entire town, it's probably close to like 200 people, maybe 250.
And not just druids. There are
No,
others.
that is apart from the druids.
These people don't need us right now. There are more pressing matters.
That's not exactly what I'm disagreeing with you about here. I'm just wondering if we can actually help anyone if we just go in and fight a dragon, just willy-nilly, without at least spending a little bit of time to talk about how we want to do that.
Last time I remember, in your vision, what Mike said, it was that the dragon was breathing fire or whatever, and then there was just smoke and people or dead people or ruin, and no more dragon. At least that's what I remember what Mike said last time.
No, the dragon is still there.
Yeah,
The vision ended because he sort of
That's-
saw.
That's what happened. Is that the
He
vision
saw
ended.
Carrick.
so I mean, I'm all for going there, but I've used a few spells already, and you know, teleporting us over there is going to use some more of my stuff. I'll be a little spent for fighting a Draco Lich.
Well,
Which, can I roll an Arcana to see what I would know of? Would I know anything about the capabilities of a Draco Lich?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
While this is going on, I'm gonna look for a cart, something wheels to help move the unconscious druids that we know to the inn. So
29 on Arcana. Also, I just saw, I don't know if anyone's looking at the chat, but someone's saying our stream is coming in really quiet.
yeah. It's up. Like,
That's my cousin!
tell me how it's.
My cousin! Cousin! It's your cousin! Baby bowling!
Is it better now? Okay, chat. Is it better now?
Should I adjust my output?
Here's to hoping.
Because I put you all up in OBS, but like, even for me, you are kind of quiet because whatever the fuck OBS is doing, I don't know.
It's just one of those days.
Like,
It just
Okay.
doesn't feel like broadcasting.
okay, I'll
Okay, someone else saying they hear it well. Okay, nothing wrong.
No,
So,
yeah, Anna can hear us. That's, some of us are okay. Some of us are okay.
Alright.
In general.
So, yeah, 29 on my Arcana.
29? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have plus 17 to Arcana, so.
as you do. Level 15.
So you would be able to know. The biggest thing that you would know is that the last Dracolich was hunted down and destroyed about 1,000 years ago. They are really rare because the kind of necrotic magic that's sort of required to raise this giant mystical beast in the first place is very powerful. It would take somebody that seriously had it in for creating this destructive force to even make one in the first place. But you can make a history check.
Okay. 24.
Fantastic. So the last Dracolich that was supposedly destroyed was one that governed over the majority of the eastern continent by the time it was done. Before the powers were redistributed. Bellathor, you remember that?
If I do, that's cool. Sorry, I'm distracted.
He's so old.
The Dracolich was named Y-mir.
Or Grimir or Grinier?
I'm going to spell it out for you.
Please.
Appreciate
thank
it.
Absolutely. Y-mir.
Oh, you put it in. That makes more
D4.
sense.
Tom, you have a much better skin for this.
Oh yeah, my apologies. I shall keep up on my bullshit. Duh.
So without like going into specifics on it, would I know about like just the basic concepts of lichdom? That like that it's not, you don't just destroy the body, you have to make sure you destroy the soul.
So the major difference between a Dracolich and a proper lich is that Dracoliches, their phylacteries are normally part of their own body. It's normally concealed somewhere like deep within the bone or the tissue, maybe inside the skull, because that's part of the ritual that it requires in order to sort of raise the dead.
Okay.
In most cases, Dracoliches are not born forth of their own free will.
God.
Where most liches, like, they worked their whole life to become a lich, a Dracolich was in most cases just a powerful dragon that somebody's like, this thing would be better undead. Because why not?
Yeah, I mean, dragons pretty much live forever anyway, so why would they want to obtain immortality?
Goddamn dragon privilege. Like,
And now being born with undead silver spoons, it's so fucked up.
My character is an elf in this world, and they don't age either, so...
You
Yeah.
are the Dracolich.
Just the elves and the dragons hanging out all the time.
Well,
Shooting the-
that
shooting
it
the
makes
shit.
sense. It makes sense. They did take my home. I mean, they haven't actually gone into my house. The door was still there.
True.
at least you have your pen now.
Yeah,
And now you've got back your original device.
yeah. It's
So
not even a PowerPoint.
Curiosity is going about trying to find a way to carry off these bodies. Is that correct?
I'm going to help.
We can toss them on Strider and then...
Oh, okay, well then do that. Like,
Well, I'd like to sort of point out for you that you are in a well-populated town, and while it is the middle of the night, you don't necessarily have to load bodies up in wheelbarrows. You could, like, go looking for people to help you. I mean, for one, there is a temple here. You could go looking for clerics.
And here I just thought we'd take them back to the inn so it will no longer be our problem.
We've been told they're alive, right?
Yes, that is something that Bellathor passed along.
Okay, so yeah. Well, I'm talking to Tom, so
Gotcha.
I won't bail on that conversation.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I'll just say. So I mean, let's just gather everyone up we think could be helpful for it at least first, because I can take several people with us if we teleport over there. So if that's all right with you. If not, I mean, we could just go. It's I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents in there and kind of say that I think that might be a bit reckless.
Look, just because he or they went over there and killed a bunch of people doesn't mean we can't have a conversation with them. They might not be so bad, like, who knows what they did to them. Like...
That's
Wait.
fucked up.
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, you think that we can, like, maybe talk to the Draco Lich out of whatever he's doing?
Yeah? We can give it a hug. A hug.
Sure, let's just go up to a Dracolich and give it a hug and talk about, Sunday picnics in the park.
Yes,
Probably over
exactly
the
that.
veil where
She's
it's taking over
very
every...
smart, you
Like-
know?
Tasha, he does not. I think it is going. It is impressive it is going over his head given how tall he is, but it is flying right over.
Yeah, I gathered.
I don't think they could get over his head fast.
We should talk to a cleric to see if anything can be done for these people.
If anyone could wake any of these guys up, I mean, if we could bring the Archdruid over with us to help fix whatever's been done, that would be very helpful.
So we need to go to the temple. Or get the cleric to come here. Oh my god, I'm gonna go to the temple.
Okay.
All right, awesome. So Curiosity just storms off to try and find some help.
Yeah.
I'll go with Curiosity.
I'm
I
gonna
will slow down a little bit so Tasha can keep up.
conjure an air elemental and have it start carrying people into a centralized location.
I'll
And then
help.
I'll go help.
In the center of town, there is a dais that is underneath a large, sort of a tent structure that they normally use to set up some of the shops in the square. But right now, it's a completely flat plain that is empty of anything. That could be a good place for you to put them.
Okay. Yeah. I'll
Let their
start.
bodies hit the floor.
Literally every time Mike says Deus, I just have Amadeus. Every single. Super distracted.
You're a dais, you're a dais.
There's a Deus.
That's a dais, here's a dais.
Ooh, that's a Deus. Exactly. Thank you for joining me on this.
And now that we've joined you,
Yeah.
already in progress.
Mm-hmm.
So, Curiosity, Tasha, is it just the two of you going off to try and find the cleric?
I
Uh,
guess.
After I conjure the elemental and have it start doing stuff, I'll run to catch up with them.
Okay.
Good luck.
Awesome. So, yeah, you've got an air elemental doing its thing, sort of carrying 3-4 people at a time and walking or like, I guess, sort of hovering them over and laying them out on the dais. On the dais. Um, the temple is the only building in this part of town that is well lit. It has a huge assortment of candles that are burning in sconces all along the front of the building, but even more so within, as there are large chandeliers and candelabras that illuminate the worship hall. The place is empty, aside from one person in cleric's robes that is in the midst of sort of sealing things up for the evening as the night sort of sets in. She looks up at you as you enter into the room. Can I be of service?
Yes, you can see all of the druids. They sort of come unconscious in the middle of the square, and we can't wake them up, and we need help. So come with us, please, now.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Start ushering her out of the temple.
But I mean, okay.
Oh, you need a thing? Okay, we'll get your things and then we'll go.
She rushes back into a little cloistered area behind the pulpit and goes and pulls out a staff and an orb and proceeds to head through the front door. And point me to them.
I will. How big is this person?
She is a gnome.
Oh, cool. I will pick her up and I will cast haste on myself and I will fly us there incredibly quickly.
Oh my goodness!
Proactive.
So
I
that's
skip right after.
Do I just see them fly by me?
Yeah, as you are now catching up to them, they are passing by you. I imagine Carrick running up half out of breath as they pass by him in the night.
Yeah.
I'll just take a
As we're-
second and get my flying broom out of my bag of holding and just.
I was gonna say, as we're running, as I'm running after Curie, who's flying off, I just sort of look at Carrick while I'm running. Just, this is all the time. All the damn time. And I just go. I'm
Right, yeah.
trying to catch up.
So as you arrive, the bodies are still sort of scattered about the square, but many of them have been deposited on the dais, ready for medical care.
Mm-hmm.
The cleric is a bit out of sorts after being hauled off like she was, but the gingerly old gnome lady takes a deep breath and
on the dais.
and walks over to one of the bodies in the square and leans down and sort of taps on it. And do we know what caused this?
Dracula.
Well, yes, I mean, our wizard friend is gone, apparently. He saw a Dracolich burning the veil, and everybody went boom. I do not know if there is some kind of connection, but
Wait,
Seems like at this point.
hold. I feel like there are lots of things going on that I don't understand. Did these people have an accident? What? There was a lich?
In the veil.
Look, there
A
was a
Dracolich.
Dracolich, it flew over, it went to the veil, and then when it did, something happened, some sort of magic came through, and then all these people just sort of dropped all at once. It was kind of magical, but also awful and evil.
Can I Am
and
I
all that
flying up?
stuff.
Yeah, at about this point is when Carrick gets back.
So, I mean, we know that somehow the Draco Lich is the person responsible here, but I'm sorry, we don't know what's wrong with them. So, I think that's why medical attention is what we're seeking here.
Oh goodness. All right.
How many other clerics are there? And are they at the temple or are they at houses?
There's myself, and then there are two more of us at the temple. The High Cleric is at the tower today. Of all days. Oh my god.
Where's the tower?
The big one, where Balathor is from.
My office.
Well, let us begin then.
I'll fly back to the temple and wake the other two clerics and get them up in this business.
As she begins performing rituals, trying to sort of heal them for anything that she can think of. Yeah, you have no problem finding the other clerics. However, they are not in the main hall. There's only one other door within the hall, which leads into a room with beds and their own sort of living quarters, both of which are sound asleep.
All right. I'll kind of give a hard knock on the door. And hello, medical attention is needed.
The clerics wake almost immediately, drowsy but willing, and begin to dress themselves so that they can make their way out to the hall.
Yeah.
And where are we going? What is happening? What?
So sorry to wake you up for this, but there's a kind of a large-scale medical emergency going on. A bunch of druids are unconscious, and we don't really know. We know it has something to do with the Draco Lich.
A what?
Oh, I love cards.
Again,
so much.
so sorry for waking you up for this.
So
Very
it's a
sorry.
Draco. So are you familiar with dragons?
So the one that you're speaking to now is an elf who is just absolutely flabbergasted at the idea that a Dracolich has been seen anywhere, and so flabbergasted, in fact, that she completely leaves behind all of her attire and rushes out through the door and out the front of the hall, wearing essentially nothing but her bedclothes.
I'll grab her regular clothes for her.
The other one, a stout dwarven male, is in the midst of getting himself dressed. I will be there soon.
Oh yeah, no worries about that. Thank you for your help, and I'll rush off after her.
Oh, Carrick is a good. Carrick is a good.
You see a sort of, I hesitate to use the word scantily clad, but very poorly dressed cleric arrives in essentially her bedclothes, and immediately begins to pull out her holy symbol and start to try and heal as many people as possible. Followed closely behind by Carrick wielding cleric vestments.
Just carrying them under one arm, flying on the broom.
It's like no magic that I've run into. It's like it's not responding. I've never seen anything like this before.
So that she's an elf, I'll kind of go into a more detailed explanation of what I saw in the scrying and see if she would be able to make any more sense of it than I did.
So, a Dracolich landed in the Vale?
Yeah, that's right. And we saw it flying overhead just like like maybe 15 minutes before that, so that thing's fast.
More like seconds.
That's
Well, no, because I had to learn scrying, which took me
10 minutes.
5 minutes, and then it took 10 minutes to cast.
Just because it took us a minute.
still pretty damn fast, seeing as how the travel by foot from this city to the Vale is like a month.
Yeah.
That is most disconcerting. I'm afraid that I'm not quite aware of the magics that druids wield that well. I do know that there are many that draw their power directly from the Vale. It's the lifeblood of all things living, or so they say.
So,
Yes.
if this is... Oh, never mind.
Can I go look for my mentor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Can I make a history check to see if I've actually experienced anything similar to this before? In anywhere, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that. That's a...
How many? Was that 36?
Yes.
Fucking.
Is that a natural 36?
Wait,
Yeah, I'm a
Wait,
36-sided die.
34. Sorry. I'm not wrong.
See, you just barely missed it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 35 was the D6.
Okay, so let's do this all in turn. We'll get through all of this. So first and foremost, your history check. So this specific situation has never occurred before. The Vale has essentially been a protected element since Liana gave her life those many years ago. In fact, even the most wicked of souls has not attempted to destroy it for fear that it actually does literally link itself to all life on the planet. You can't really rule over a planet if you're dead. Well,
Unless you're a Draco Lich.
However, you have seen this dragon before. Just not when it was dead.
Yeah.
Y-mir was a black dragon that dwelled on a frozen island that floated its way around the northern peninsula back before the elves moved away from their homeland. Wicked, but definitely not malicious. The elves tended to steer clear of him and instead sent him care packages of sheep and wine and gold on outflowing ice flows in the hopes that he would stay there and not go anywhere. Which tended
It's
to work
cheaper
for
to just pay him off.
which tended to work for quite a long time, and so long, in fact, that people sort of imagined that he had vanished. Only about 1,000 years ago, he returned as a Dracolich. It's just unclear as to how and why. And for that matter, where he's been for so long. The last recordings of his existence, he was seen flying from the eastern peninsula down towards Uthgard and then vanished. The elven lady that you're speaking with, the cleric, takes her a moment to dress herself, and as she's doing so, gives you the information, saying it's uncanny that this happened today, of all days.
Well, why is that?
Well, had you not heard, the march from the south, the Praetorian army?
Have I heard about that?
You have not. This is
Okay.
literally something that's happened the past couple of days.
I'm sorry, no, I haven't heard that. I've kind of been traveling around for a little while here, away from civilization, you know?
The Council of Nine in Praetoria have declared war on Amalar. They're currently on the march, heading northward. That's why the High Cleric is at the tower. He's speaking with anyone that might be able to send aid.
Okay.
It's as though this foul creature must have waited for the worst possible moment to strike. But
When the continent's attentions are focused elsewhere.
so many people hurt by this. And this is just here. There's no telling how many more might be suffering right now. How many more might be lying like this out in the wilderness? Oh, heavens. Oh,
I don't suppose you would might know how to repair damage to the veil.
I am just a humble cleric. I've not even been to the Vale myself. I've spent all of my life here.
Of course, yeah.
This is
Would you have any idea of where I might, outside of the druids who are all unlikely unconscious like this, any organization you think might know more about this?
Hmm. Perhaps. Hmm. Perhaps it would be best if you spoke with the tower themselves. I'm certain that someone there at this moment is in the midst of devising some form of plan. They have to be.
Well, all right. Do you think you all can handle everything here?
We will do our best. We will at least make them comfortable while we see to them.
All right. And then, darn it, I've forgotten almost everyone's characters' names.
A month off stream will do that to you.
Balathor, Joron, Curiosity, Tosha, and you.
Yeah. Okay. So, I've been traveling with Joran long enough to know that, and we met him too. We know his master's here, right? So I'll go help. If he hasn't already found him, I'll go help him find him.
Yeah, while you are dealing with this, Joran has gone off to look for his master. So, where exactly are you planning on heading?
The pub or the place we were staying at.
You're going to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head to the inn, and now you know which rooms your group have been staying in. But as I had said before, this place, it looks like it could house probably 30 or 40 people. So are you just going to start knocking doors in,
Or knocking on doors politely.
Knocking on all of the doors. very loudly and yelling his name.
Politely.
Right. Loudly and politely.
Yes.
Excuse me!
I'm sorry!
There are all
I love
these
the thought.
druids on the dais, on the dais.
Good.
Yeah, you find that he's nowhere to be found in the inn.
Gosh darn it. Can I ask the receptionist?
The innkeeper?
Yeah.
Receptionist. Staying at the Marriott.
Yes, the innkeeper is asleep at the desk.
The truth.
Flick him in the ear.
Are you just gonna shake him by the shoulders? Or
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Okay. Yeah. So this paunch, scruffy-looking gnome with yellow cotton candy wispy points of hair sits up at a start from the desk.
I'm going to stand there like I didn't do that.
Oh my god.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Hello. My apologies. This place started shaking for some reason. I'm looking for. I don't remember his name. Can you, Mike, my ODM, my DM, tell me his name?
You can't remember the name of Trenator? The Black?
Trenithor?
Drenithor the Black.
Drana.
Yeah.
I am looking for Drenithor. He's quite a tall fellow. He's an elf, and he's got like a sword and a shield, and he's a knight. He's dressed in black because, well, he's called the Black, and he's quite good looking for his age. Do I remember the hair color?
Okay, buddy, I'm going to stop you there. I think your problem is that you're just you're looking for someone who's not here.
Yes.
And if you look around, am I here?
I touch him.
Like what? Just like grab him by the hand?
Yeah, like this.
That was the hand motion you did, so it was...
Yeah, that's what I do.
As you do that, he just smacks your hand out of the way.
You're here.
Then obviously I can't tell you who is anywhere else.
Oh.
You're making me laugh so hard I broke character.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, hope the earthquake doesn't come back. Bye. And I go looking for him somewhere, anywhere else.
Make a perception check for me.
Oof. Okay. Perception. Where's my perception? Where the fuck is my perception?
in the little,
Oh,
in the
it's
little table.
it's quite good actually. That's a 25.
It's a 25. Fantastic. As you step out and you sort of look back and forth along the road, trying to get your bearings and trying to think where he possibly could have gone, you see a raven fly past you, like directly in front of your line of sight. And with a 25, you can see that there is a note tied to its leg. It makes a sharp turn ahead of you and goes around a corner and through the window of what looks to be a tavern.
I jog over there.
Inside, there are a handful of people, about 10 or 12, that are sort of all in the midst of settling in or settling their debts and moving out. The Raven, however, pops in through what looks to be a hollowed out hole in the wall, where there are several other messenger birds that have all perched themselves. Each one of them having a huge placard beneath their roost that says where they are from.
Okay. Which ones do I see in there?
Right now, there's only 3. There's the raven that you just saw roost itself, and that one is from Amalar. There is a dove that has traveled from the tower, and there is some sort of seabird that has come from the east.
Well, I'll go over there, push through the people. Sorry. Apologies. Sorry. I get to the ravens, and I take all of the notes.
Okay.
And read them immediately.
Okay, so the note that was tied to the seabird, all of them have addresses. They are addressed to people. It looks as though this specific tavern doubles as sort of like a mail carrier service. The one from the sea is addressed to somebody named Bertram. The one from the tower is addressed to Mayor McClark. And the one from from Amalar is addressed to Curiosity.
I'll read 2 of them. The one for Curiosity I put into my pocket.
Okay. So the one to the mayor is a message from one of the historians from the tower, stating plainly there is not an easy way for them to look up the true parentages of any woman that he claims to say may or may not have had relations with him.
I look at it. I go, well, and I put it back where I found it.
Okay. The letter that was on the seabird, addressed to Bertram. Inside, it looks like complete gibberish. It's words and symbols and scraggly markings and things like that you have no idea what it is that it's trying to tell you.
Honestly, all you can understand from there is this. This is it, man.
I put it back.
Okay. Did you say that you put back the one for the mayor as well?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
And do I have a pencil or something?
I would say no, unless it's written on your inventory sheet.
Is there anywhere around anything I can write with?
Oh yes, there's a stack of parchment, a sealing wax, and a piece of charcoal that's been hewn to a fine tip.
I'm going to take the piece of charcoal, and for the mayor, at the end of the note, I'm going to draw a little smiley face. And put it back.
Okay, great.
I just yell out, Dreadithor!
The shadowy-looking elf stands up in the far corner of the tavern. What are you doing here?
Oh, thank the Titans, you're here. Great. You know the druids that like to... they, kind of, all of a sudden, fell on the ground because a Draco Lich, burned down the veil.
He doesn't say anything. He stands up fast enough, though, that his table overturns, and he rushes out the front door.
I follow him.
Yeah, he immediately makes a line in the sand for where the square is.
Okay.
Has anyone seen the Archdruid? Where's the Archdruid?
Over here. I'm still saying that's true.
So he makes his way over to you and kneels down next to the Archdruid and places his hand on her forehead. What? How?
A Dracolich flew by. He landed himself in the veil and burned it down, and all of these people went sleepy time on the ground.
That's a very simple way to put it.
I throw a ball bearing at the back of Joron's head from my perch on a roof.
Does it get stuck in his hair? Or something gets stuck in his hair?
Therefore, we are planning an attack on the Dracolich. Do you know of any way to restore the magic of the veil?
Do you know of anyone else capable?
Do I know anyone else capable?
I mean, this is the kind of thing that you... There isn't really a plan for this.
I mean, like, capable people who are capable of taking care of themselves, like adventurers.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking of, do I know anyone who knows enough about shit to get this shit fixed?
You need a very powerful magician that was tied very closely to nature. They'd have to be able to somehow repair the damage that was done to the roots of the World Tree.
We need bards.
The only
Or nature clerics.
the only thing that doesn't make any sense, though, is that
Do you remember Y-mir?
I spent Y-mir?
Yeah.
Y-mir the Black?
No,
Yeah.
the pink.
Y-mir the Ever-Dying?
Yep.
Does he have another name?
Another ball bearing.
What's happening?
These are bad omens, these. These are bad omens. It doesn't make any sense, though. Not an hour ago was I talking to another druid.
It doesn't matter if this makes sense or not. What matters
it,
now is that we take care of this. What matters
been more than
now
an hour?
are the people in the Vale. What matters now is that we go there and we save them.
Has it been more than an hour since they dropped?
It has. It's been about an hour and a half.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, not to eavesdrop or anything, but you said that an hour ago you were talking to another dude?
Yes.
Okay. So who is that guy, and where can we find him?
I love this group. I love this group of people. Oh my god.
Well, Agadai, the wandering druid, he's probably almost on a boat. His plan was to transport from here directly to the shore so that he could set sail.
We need to do something about that.
Where are the docks? Are they nearby?
Well, the dock is east of here. It's about a 3 days ride, but as I said, I only spoke with him an hour ago. You might be able to reach him.
What did he leave on foot or on horse or?
He left on a flying carpet.
And what was his name again?
Agadai.
I don't suppose you would happen to have something of his, would you?
I don't.
All right.
But we were drinking together. If I got you his glass, would that work?
Perhaps.
CSI Uara. Yes.
Come with me.
All right.
Put on your pair of
if-
sunglasses as you walk.
So if people want to come with us after I get this, it'll take about 10 minutes to cast scrying again, but then we can teleport right to 'em. So
Yeah, that's good.
I will fly down off the roof.
I'll go over to Curiosity.
Cousin me, what?
I did not read this. Bye. And I follow Carrie.
It's not sealed with a ribbon. It's sealed with a wax seal that holds the symbol of the Thieves Guild.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Are you gonna break
Right.
the seal?
I'm gonna.
This isn't a trick question. This isn't DM magic. I literally just want to know
Yeah,
if
I
you're
am gonna-
opening the letter.
I am opening the letter. No, I was debating about whether to do it with Mage Hand instead. No, I'll just open it.
Yes, you crack the seal and unravel it. The first thing that you notice is that it's written in Thieves' Cant.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Mike. Don't be such a Debbie Downer. It's Thieves' Can.
The second thing that you notice is that there is a small velvet bag that has been attached to the bottom of the letter. On the letter, it says, "Come alone, now, Leon."
What's in the bag?
It's a finger with an ancient scarab ring on it. One that you remember your father having.
Cool. How far is it to get to Amalar from here?
If you go by horse, it's about a 3-4 months.
Right.
If you go by airship, it might be 3 days.
Okay.
Perhaps you could find someone that can transport you, but I don't know.
Mm. I will. I put the finger back in the bag and put it in like a pocket of my bag.
Hey, hold on to that finger.
Do we see this?
That would be something you'd need to make a perception check on, unless curiosity is specifically not trying to hide it.
I wouldn't be like waving it around. I'm not like doing full on secret. I'm not full on secret squirrel, but I'm generally the kind of person that doesn't. I'm not like cracking open the letter in front of everybody, going, "Hey guys, I got a letter." It's more just sort of like to myself.
Hey, somebody sent a letter and gave me the finger.
Hey,
So,
fucking
so that-
emojis are getting out of hand, Joe.
So perception
that would
checks
be,
to
that
whoever
would
is
be a
interested.
perception?
Yes, yes.
'Just an
24.
18.
It's an 18, and you got what?
24.
24? Yeah, I would say that because curiosity is not specifically trying to hide it, but it is not in plain view, both of you easily get it. So yeah, you're able to, neither one of you would be able to read the letter, but you both are able to see the ring on the finger.
Hey. What's wrong?
I hand you the letter, forgetting that you can't read thieves' cant.
What's wrong?
I need to go to Alamar now. It's fucking
No.
Leon.
I look down
Out of
I-
character, that's where the high cleric people are, right?
He's at the
Okay.
tower.
Yeah, the High Cleric for the city is at the Tower of Time. They were talking about how the army from Praetoria is marching to Amalar.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I was eavesdropping on that conversation.
So yeah, and Amalar's I'm trying to remember background on it. That's got some clericy folks at it,
It's
right?
the holy city.
Yes,
Yeah.
Amalar's the holy city. It's the bastion of peace in the west.
You know, just the
Okay.
sort of place that the militaristic state would want to invade for some reason.
Okay.
I wave the letter at curiosity and just sort of pull them aside a little bit. What does this say?
It says to come along. Now,
And what are you gonna do?
I'm going to go.
You can't go
Alone?
alone.
Why? This
Sorry,
is
I
my
whatever.
father's.
What?
This is my father's.
The finger?
Yes.
Can I look at it and see if I recognize the ring?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll
Should that be
show you.
history?
Yeah, we'll call it history.
My accent is all over the shop. Emotions are hard.
13. Wait. 12. Wait. 12. Wait. 12.
Wait.
Sorry. 12.
You
yeah.
you said wait 12 like 3 times. As though you were correcting yourself at 12 to say it was in fact not 12 but 12.
I understand. Math is hard.
I mean, you don't remember anything in particular about it. It didn't have any point in your memory that, oh yeah, of course, he wore this ring all the time.
Which dad, by the way?
I know.
Look, if you have to go, we go. No question, no answer. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not leaving you to go alone. Whatever this is, doesn't matter what's going on. If you're gonna go, I'm going.
Carrick?
Carrick's not here.
Yeah.
Carrick
Uh,
went to the
um,
door to go to the bar.
I'm following
Just-
Carrick. I'm following Carrick.
Okay, so Joran is gone as well.
You
So
guys all knew
it's-
where I was going. So-
I need to. He has to send me us. Yeah, like Curiosity looks super conflicted though. Like,
Do I
They're
save the
all over the
world or do I
place.
save my family?
or my kind of boyfriend, who is in the wind as well. So
So many people to save.
Okay, so cut across to the bar.
Can I talk to Carrick before, as we were
Yeah,
walking?
absolutely. Dranathor would have
Malithor?
walked in. Dranathor would have walked in before you anyway. So if you want to stop at the door while he goes in and tries to find the glass.
No. As we are walking there, I kind of
Oh,
want
yeah.
to. I want to talk to Carrick.
Yeah, sure.
like tap his shoulder. Carrick.
Yeah. I'll kind of slow down to be side by side.
How many times can you teleport us?
So I can teleport 3 times. Well, no, I'm sorry, 2 times, because I'll have to use one of my. No, yeah, just 2 times.
We know each other somewhat. We've been around
I think so. We've been traveling together for a while now.
for a
right?
while. We've
We can
since
call each other friends. I
Yes.
think we can move past know each other.
yes. I wouldn't put you or anyone from our groups into danger.
Hmm.
We need to go to the Vale. At least see how it is now. The Drag College doesn't have to be there anymore. He got over there in like 15 minutes.
I mean, yeah, you might not be. I promise you, I'm not talking about spending, 2 weeks or whatever doing this, but we can go over there and set up a temporary base of operations, things like that. But I think that we need to get at least a few people over there with us that we know could help fix the veil first.
Yes, that's smart, but the time isn't on our side, and the longer we wait, more people can die. Even if he's not there anymore, there are, I don't know, burning buildings or something, people in distress. We need to help as many people as we can right now. If he's there and you can still teleport us 2 times, we can bamf in, see that he's there, and then bamf out, wherever. It's just, I can't just sit here.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. I'll see it's definitely on the priority of things and if the druid we're going after, what was his name?
Aerodie.
Aerodie?
Yeah.
Aerodie. If Aerodie's not too far away and we can catch up to him on foot, that's teleportation saved. And yeah, I could easily, because I also want to go over to the Holy City and kind of see if we can start getting people to maybe volunteer with help with this. I know they have a war to deal with, but hopefully they can
A
spend
war?
a couple of days away from preparing.
Wait, war? What
Oh,
war?
you didn't hear about that? Yeah, there's a war. So,
Who's
Oh, bless Carrick.
it's gonna be a little hard to find help for all of this. So I want to get
who's
some help
fighting
there.
who?
I didn't write it down. It was
Praetoria are marching.
Pretoria. Yeah. Oh yeah. I did. Cancel Pretoria. Yeah. Marching on Amalar. So.
Well, that's going to be a problem.
So I mean, my list of priorities at the moment here is fix the veil, stop a war, and then I assume you guys have some stuff you want to do outside of that. Weren't we talking about going to that undead city or whatever? That seems like that'd be fun. I think maybe we should knock that down a couple of spots though.
Yeah, we could make some friends in there. It might be
Carrick's
kind
on
of
vacation.
welcoming.
So like
Sabbatical.
real quick. I just want to, I know we made friends with a lot of dragons, and dragons are, monsters and stories and stuff. I suspect it's going to be a lot more difficult to make friends with undead. I haven't ever tried. And as much as I don't like killing people, I gotta say, if a mummy tries to give you a hug, that's a bad hug. Don't let mummies do
But they could be in like a bad spot, and a hug can kind of help
that.
them.
No. Never ever let a mummy give you a hug. It's the worst thing. You will die within minutes.
Have we caught up with them yet? As would have been running.
No, because all of this is going on at the same time as what you were doing.
Okay.
Do we know where they are at least?
You know where they were headed.
Yeah.
Have we been to that place before or know where it is?
You haven't, but the streets are straight lines, so it's not like you wouldn't be able to see them. They're just like way the heck off.
Yeah.
They're far enough off that yelling you wouldn't be able to get it to them.
Sure.
At about that moment, though, Juran and Carrick, you arrive at the tavern. All right, I'm going to see if I can find it. He marches over to where his table was and starts sorting through the broken bottles and things from where he jumped up.
Is Amy still with us?
No, Amy stayed behind.
Where?
She didn't. Oh,
In
was helping.
In the square. She was helping move the druids onto the dais.
Onto the dais, onto the dais.
Okay.
I like the vision of Bellathor just sitting there trying to direct traffic. You know, no, not there, on the dais, on the dais.
Well, Bellathor did follow Dosha and Eurus.
Gotcha. After a moment, he produces a sort of jagged-topped bottle and marches over to you. I believe this is the one.
All right, so hopefully it's got some like backwash or something in it here. So.
Do you have to like lick it?
No, I don't. I don't have to lick things. That's not usually a part of casting.
I don't know how this works. I'm just, if you like need stuff off of them, it's okay. I'll leave it to you. It's
really
your
hope
thing.
that's the face Carrick's giving him in that moment.
Yeah, a little. It's gonna go. To be fair though, I haven't tried to see if licking someone would make me more familiar with them to make scrying easier on them. I
You can try it.
I mean, I suspect it's a moot point though, because if I know you well enough to lick you, it's probably I know you well enough to scry on you anyway. So
I have clean hands. It's okay. I scrub a lot.
It's considered a delicacy in Firbolg culture.
You've been touching unconscious druids and stuff.
Oh yeah, they get to some nasty things.
They've been on the ground. That's where
yeah.
Horses shit and stuff. So
yeah. Sometimes people too. I've seen
maybe
and puke.
We'll give it an experiment. I would prefer not to though.
Yeah.
That's not really my avenue of research. Maybe a diviner. When we go to
Okay.
Corvator, we'll ask a diviner about
Good.
it. I'll put that on the to-do list. It's gonna be low on the list though. All right, so just so you know.
Up yet.
Yeah, you started to walk up at about the moment where they start talking about whether or not licking people helps the spell.
Oh my god.
Carrick,
Yeah.
I need you to send me to Amalar now, please.
That's that's number 2 on my list of teleports today. So.
It has to be number 1, unfortunately.
No.
No, that kind of throws stuff off.
Why?
I mean, you literally can't wait like 15, 20 minutes.
I mean, he does not. I'm looking at that. He does not know that we have means. I have means of teleportation. Yes, it can wait 15 minutes.
I walk over to Curiosity. Do you need a hug? Would that help?
I go in for the hug.
Pat, 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 pat.
This was not nearly as comforting as I would have hoped.
I'm sorry.
I will cast Prestidigitation to make him smell like cinnamon.
That's amazing.
Maybe that'll help the hug. But yeah.
Jennifer is just going to place mittens on Curiosity's shoulder.
Yeah, Beery will go in for some cheering people up while Carrot scries. So pseudo dragon.
I remember.
Yeah. So I'll use the bottle. I'm gonna have the guy physically describe him and whatnot. I want to be as familiar with this fella,
Chandra.
Oh yes, absolutely.
the wandering druid.
He is the wanderer. Yes, he is the wanderer.
Do we know anything about the Wandering Druid? I don't.
We know that he wanders round and round and round and round and round.
We, as in Curiosity and I, would we know anything about him?
The two of you have never met Aerodai the Wanderer.
Okay.
But you know he is the wanderer.
The Wanderer. He goes round and round and round and round and round.
On the dais, on the dais.
Well, if he had been wandering around the dais, we would have had a really easy time finding him.
That's true.
So he's probably not on the dais or the dais.
It's been
But
days
he's
since we
wandering,
saw him.
Because he's the wanderer, the wanderer. The wanderer.
So yes, he begins to describe him. He is a Goliath. Stands about 8.5 feet tall, probably about 600 pounds, and is covered in moss.
Oh.
He tends to dress himself in moss in order to sort of accentuate the rockiness of his skin.
That's at least unique enough that I will know for sure if I'm seeing him.
He's
He
hot.
also,
He's
he
half
also
a
ha-
foot
he also has 4 arms.
4-armed Goliath, you say?
He's stone cold
Four-armed Goliath dressed in moss.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That sounds pretty neat.
That's interesting. So yeah, okay, I'll cast Scrying. See if I can figure out where he is.
Okay.
Scry me a river.
The target
In the-
must make a
in the
wisdom
top-
saving throw.
Depends on how generous you're being. He's either got a +5 or a +3 to a save. Maybe a +1.
Well, if you lick his,
Yeah. If the,
You see at the bottom of the glass, there's some congealed moss mixed with what looks like some sort of brown liquor.
oh yeah, that's his. That's his. So yeah, that should be a good possession or garment to
There's some genetic material there.
oh,
bring that down.
That is a 16.
Nope, my DC is 20.
Excellent.
So yeah, scrying on him. Where's this guy?
He is laying down on a magic carpet,
Mm-hmm.
picking the moss from between his toes, headed towards the sea.
Can I get any kind of, not like an exact, but do I think we could catch him on foot or?
You could likely catch him if you had a mount, because he's not traveling especially fast. The fact that he weighs as much as he does slows the carpet down significantly, but he is traveling faster than a normal foot speed.
Okay, so my broom's a 50-foot speed. Can
Yeah,
anyone?
How fast is Strider?
I believe also.
I believe
50.
Strider is also 50.
No,
If
I
there's any
can double check
discussion
that, yeah.
about, if there's any discussion going on between the characters about like traveling or whatever, Tasha can dimension door if you just give a direction.
That only takes you so far, though.
500 feet is still good. If it's only been an hour at a semi-fast speed, it could get me far enough to see.
It's
Or here.
It depends. If he's been traveling half an hour or so, then he could be a couple of miles away, and that's 500 feet's nothing on that. So yeah, I'm just saying, so I'm pretty sure anyone who can move pretty fast can catch him here. So if not, we'll meet back here for the teleportation stuff. Otherwise, we gotta move. I don't want to waste the teleportation because everyone wants to go everywhere right now. So
I'm just here to write down whatever you guys do.
and so broom taken off, and anyone who wants to come with me can.
Within reason. I mean, it is a broom.
Well, I can carry one person. It's got like 400 pounds. I'm pretty light.
Can it go?
speed on
Broom,
that
broom.
50 feet.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Vroom, vroom.
Mike, mechanics question. How
Yes.
long can I maintain dashing?
You can maintain dashing for up to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But anything beyond an hour, and you begin to suffer exhaustion.
Okay.
Real quick, before anybody leaves, before there's any brooms to be whipped out, I'm just gonna say, forget any materials. I can just make you fly right now. It'll be way faster.
How fast
And,
can you make it fly?
60-foot speed for the duration of 10 minutes, and it's concentration. And I think if we dash, we can go twice that much.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So 120 feet
That's
every 6 seconds.
If it ends up wearing off before we catch him, too, it means we don't have to come as far back to teleport
Mhm.
from. So yeah.
okay. How many
Alright.
people can you cast fly on?
I touch a willing creature, the target, blah, blah, blah. At higher levels, each slot per level above third. Okay, so I think 3 people. Because 3rd, 4th, 5th. So yeah, 3 people.
Well, if Carrick's got his broom, and Balathor's got Strider, who both can do 50 feet as well already, that's not burning resources they've got. You could cast it on you,
The rest of us.
Joron. Yeah, I mean, I can already fly, but it will make me fly faster. No, we need to take Amy. Cast it on Amy. I'll fly. Off my own back. I can do
I
60
can
feet
carry
around.
Amy.
Okay.
I'm gonna make her fly.
All right.
I'll just
Alright.
fly on them. I'll fly on my own speed. Between my bonus action dash, I can technically do 90 feet around.
I need someone to tell me what they're doing.
We're going.
Okay,
I'm on the
so
broom
We're
going.
going after the drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Carrick is on his broom going
Carrick
after.
is on the broom. Bellathor's on Strider, and I'm making myself, Amy, and Joron fly, and Curiosity has the wings. We're all flying towards the direction. Quick question: it's what time of day would it be? Would you
It's
say?
the middle of the night.
Late.
All right, I'm putting my goggles of night down so that I can also see ahead of us, so that I can see if we can catch him in the sky somewhere.
Okay. So that means all of you are heading there?
I think 3 of us, myself, Curiosity, and Joron, and Amy, will be slightly faster.
I'll put Dranathor on my back.
He's not coming.
What?
Oh,
Like, I'll give you a
disappointment.
piggyback ride.
Nope, a mentor. Why is he not coming?
I have my own charge here.
Good luck.
These people that are littering the streets are my responsibility.
Understood. If you know of any other capable adventurers, let me know.
He heads back to the center of town. So you travel on for about 150 feet, and you see a smoke trail, or a dust trail kicking up ahead of you about 300 feet, making a steady plume of red dust.
I'll fly low to see what it is.
As you get closer, you actually begin to hear music. It is the low, rumbling singing of Goliath.
Keep getting closer.
As you approach, you find that he is now in the midst of his nightly sponge bath atop his carpet on the way to the beach.
Okay.
Let's go to the beach.
I'll kind of get under him then, so I'm not watching him.
Under the
bathe.
carpet.
Yeah. And just, hey, so I'm so sorry to interrupt what you're doing there, but are you familiar with exactly what happens in town back there?
Wah! Ha! He jumps up on his carpet, dropping his sponge and soap.
Oh no!
Never drop the soap.
Oof. Especially not in midair with a bunch of assholes around you. No pun intended.
I won't believe you, Neri.
What are you doing out here?
So, am I correct in thinking that you are
Erudite.
Erudai? Yeah, I can't read my own writing. That you are Erudai, the druid?
This is what they call me.
Okay, so are you aware that just back in the town we just came from, that like all the druids there are unconscious?
What?
So yeah,
Hard break on the flying carpet.
so yeah, as it turns out, a Draco Lich, which I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but it attacked the Vale, and so yeah, like all the druids are unconscious. They're like locked in their brains.
I was just heading to the Vale, and they are gone.
Well, they're unconscious. Yeah, they're not dead. No one's dead yet, as far as we know.
How may I be of assistance?
So here's the thing: with so many druids unconscious, we don't really know if anyone knows how to fix the Veil. And so we heard you were a druid and you were not. So we're wondering if that's a thing you think you would maybe be able to help direct a team to fix, or if you could do that yourself.
Was it mentioned that there was a Draco Lich involved?
Well, I mean, fixing the Veil itself. I mean, we can fight a Draco Lich. Don't you worry about that.
I can make an attempt, but I am not trained, and this is highly irregular.
So what if we got like a small team together for you, like some powerful clerics and some powerful mages and whatnot, to maybe help research exactly the phenomenon? Do you think that you would be able to add to that kind of brain trust?
Train bust? What?
Okay. So, it's just a kind of a think tank, just you think your knowledge and expertise would be able to help the research about how to fix the veil.
I can do what I can.
Okay, so we got like 1,000,000 stops to make here over the next couple of days. So we're gonna get you as close as we can to what's going on. You wouldn't mind teleporting with us a little bit, would you?
I will head directly for the veil.
How long will it take you to get there?
With the wind? Maybe a week?
Maybe a week. Okay, so
We can go with
yeah,
him now.
I mean,
And teleport back and forth from the ship?
I'm gonna teleport there tonight. Probably.
It will take me time to prepare my spells. I will need to summon all my strength if I am to do
Okay.
anything.
So what the fixing it then is gonna start in a week. That's good. That gives us time to try and get some other people to help as well. So thanks. All right. So here I don't think I have in my explorer's kit. Do I have a map?
And that
Do I
is,
have a world
that is
map?
not normally inside of an explorer's kit.
Dang. Okay. Does anyone have a map? We need to agree on a specific meeting location.
Would Benifer have a map?
Billithor would likely have a map.
There we go.
It would likely be a map that he drew,
Yeah.
but it is a map
Where's-
nonetheless.
Where's the best place between us and the veil?
There is a meeting stone outside of the veil. It is hidden.
Is there enough room there for some small fortifications?
It is large enough, I think.
Okay, just like 120 square feet. 120 or not square feet. Sorry, 120 feet by 120 feet.
Perhaps.
Okay, if not, we'll meet there. If not, we can find another place. All right, so everyone else is here too, right? Because I was one of the slower people.
Yeah.
So
Mittens is
to-
on your brooms, and Benifer is just prancing to listen to everything from it
Okay.
while on the ground.
So I'll kind of go to land with Baylithor then. So we're going to Amalur, right? That's
Yeah.
So
So I understand.
what's there? Is that a thing we need to? Is that going to take time? Is that something we need to? Because I mean, we need to get some people to come help over with the veil.
Quick important question. How long has it been since we left to fly?
Like,
How long did it take to?
like 10 minutes.
Okay, so as soon as we got there, it would be like, hey, whoa! And then I'd cast the spell again to whoever was affected by my spell.
Well, I mean,
How long is
it's not like his magic carpet is flying like 300 feet in the air. It's like 5 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
We landed.
Oh, never mind then. I don't cast
I
it.
should
I thought
I
we
should,
were talking
I
in
should
midair.
describe this character for you a little bit so you understand who you're speaking with. He has a unibrow that is consisted almost entirely of gold stones and moss. There are birds that appear to be living in a beard that hangs around his neck. He's probably the heaviest looking Goliath you've ever seen. He has just this massive ale gut. And he wears a vest that's made out of what looks like it was once a tent. And aside from that, all he's wearing is moss and a loincloth.
Carrick.
Mm.
He has beady, teeny, tiny little black eyes. And one of those sort of crooked noses that looks like it's been hit a few times.
Mm.
He also carries on his side a very large great axe.
Carrick, if we teleport there right now with the Goliath, we can still teleport away, right?
It's I don't know the area very well, so I can teleport there, but I don't know how close we'll show up. I mean, it makes it a little easier that we miss where we land. So I would I'd like probably a good likeness of exactly where we want to go.
Would you care to come with me?
He's looking at you, Joran.
It's going to take a week.
Or thereabouts.
That's too long.
I mean, we're going to be able to respond, even at a week, we're going to be responding a little bit faster than most people can.
There are dead and dying people there. If we can pull one or two out of some rubble and save them, because we went there now, not in a week, when they have been burning and crushed by buildings. In a week there will be nothing. Just death. These people that are here are sleeping. They can wait. They can't.
I understand that. I'm not necessarily saying that we don't try and go tonight and help, but if we die before people know what's going on, we're the only ones in this right now.
How long do
we have to tell people?
How long do you need to actually teleport us? Like when you start doing it.
Teleport just takes an action. So I mean, it just takes a couple of seconds to actually teleport. If you just want to be dropped off.
Recon is the least we can do. And if we run into trouble, you can do your fancy schmancy hand gestures and be out of there. It's just a matter of seconds, and we can be in what's the name of the city again?
Amelar?
Amelar, and we can be in Amelar in a couple of seconds, but we'll know more because we went there.
So curiosity. You're needing to go to Amelar, right?
Yes.
So I'm kind of taxing everyone around right now. So I need to know what everyone else thinks about this. Where do we go first? Curiosity. It seems like your thing's also real important. So I don't want to just put you on the back burner here. Is this a thing?
Well, a very dangerous man has my father, so it is very important.
Okay. So yeah, what's everyone's vote on it, I guess?
How many times can you cast it right now? Right now.
I can tonight if I I can teleport twice. If I get a short rest in, I can do a teleportation circle.
Don't you need to have a specific destination for that?
Well, for that, I can take us to Cormator or Mechanos, which are both places I was thinking about going to try and get some help anyways, because we could maybe get a mage who maybe studied the Veil a lot or something.
I mean, there may be people in Amalar who. There are lots of smart people there, clerics there.
Mm. So yeah, I definitely want to teleport to get to Amalar. I would prefer to do it tonight, but if we want to go do some kind of recon, I don't know how comfortable I am just dropping you off to do recon by yourself, Jordan. So, you know, if we're doing recon, I want some people there to make sure if stuff gets sticky.
If we are not going there together, I'm going there with here, Mr. Wanderer.
It is also a good thing to note that if we're going to be splitting up, we could go to Amalar, Curiosity and I, and you guys can do the recon if you wish.
Well, I would like to help make sure that we can fix this. I can. Here's the thing: if we end in at the Veil or near the Veil, I can, you know, take some time to that morning before I go. I can kind of set up a base camp, get a little bit of help going to make sure that anyone who's doing recon isn't just in the wind by themselves while I kind of teleport around.
But here's the thing. We know that Amalar is safe. It's a city.
Mm-hmm.
But the Veil, we have a 50-50 that there still is a dragon. If we go to the Veil and there's no dragon, great. We can set up a camp. Some people can set up a camp while the rest of us goes to Amalar. If we go to Amalar and take a week of doing whatever, there are people dying in the Veil.
So
There's no one dying
It's smart.
in Amalar.
What you're saying is smart, okay? Fine, we go to Vale first.
We go to the Veil, outside the Veil, where we're supposed to be setting up. We go there, we set up, we sit down, we do whatever preparation needs to be done, then we do what we need to do separately.
Thank
So
you.
if that's what we're doing, Curiosity, would you mind waiting until the morning to go to Amalar?
I squeeze my hand around Curiosity's arm a little bit.
I know it's a big thing, but it's unlikely that, because it seems like you don't teleport around. So whatever's going on, it's unlikely they expect you so soon.
This is fair. Mike, is
Yes.
there any kind of date or anything on the letter? Any way of knowing how long ago it was written? Like judging maybe by, I don't know, anything like an intelligence check or investigation, some way of knowing how long.
The finger, how rotten is
Fresh
the
is
finger?
it? That's it.
That is also a good point. Yeah, actually, that's probably the easiest way to tell by the,
Sure,
the
great.
finger that's inside. If you made a medicine check,
Yeah, sure. Let's do a medicine check.
Are you doing that in front of
I
us?
have seen a lot of decaying bodies in my time.
You can help me then if you want.
Yeah, I'll help. So that's a...
Is this your thing to give me advantage or give me a plus or something?
you also get my bonus for proficiency, yes. Because the DC is 16, my history modifier is 16. So,
Okay, so I have advantage and something.
yeah, and you get another +5, yeah.
Okay, so advantage +5 plus my medicine. And yes, no, I do literally empty out this tiny little velvet bag, and a finger with a ring on it is now on my hand.
Can I have a medicine look at it while they're
While
doing?
I'm
Yeah. Just me separately.
mother.
Don't tell me.
No,
Two
no,
ones.
it's fine because no, it's 7, 11, 16 total.
With advantage.
Yeah, with advantage. I rolled a 2 and a 7.
Mike,
Ooh.
can I?
And the +5?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Mikey. Mike.
I'm listening. I'm waiting for people to stop talking.
Sorry.
You can add to the roll, but it's not going to actually do anything. She can't, or he can't have like multiple advantages.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
no.
no. I want to have a
Maybe it's when you look
separate
at the
check. I want to separately from them have my own look how old it is. I don't want to add advantage or anything like that. I just want to roll.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll allow that.
I mean, the stuff Bellator is spouting is probably helpful to you as well.
To give you your result though, Curiosity sort of looks over the finger with Bellathor and finds that it's old. It's quite old.
And okay, so it flew by bird. It was flown by bird to Amalar, from Amalar to Coriolis, which would take. I probably would know because I've done that journey myself.
I would like you to make an insight check right now. Just
Okay.
you.
Okay. I'm really good at insight. No, that's one of my other characters. 17.
So with your insight, thinking about this and how old this finger is, another thought pops into your mind. How did they know where you were?
Yeah, this isn't the only one.
Either they've been watching you this entire time, or there's more than one out there.
Does the finger match the person? No.
Oh, the ring does.
The ring definitely does. It's hard
But
to
the
place a
finger?
finger.
Does he wear a lot of rings?
He specifically wears this one ring.
One ring to rule them all.
One ring to bind them.
I think at that point, and not just because I've needed to piss really bad for the past quarter of an hour. I think Curiosity just like closes their hand around it, and I need a minute, and turns invisible,
Okay.
and stealths off just to have a moment.
Bellator pulls out the smoke stick and it's like, if you need this, you can have it. And it's just like in a thick cloud of smoke now.
And Joran, what did you get on your medicine check?
19.
Yeah, the finger looks old, probably about maybe 2 weeks.
It's about 2 weeks old.
Again, it's as Curiosity said earlier, they probably don't know that teleportation was an option, so one day should be fine.
So here's kind of my idea. If we go there tonight and I don't cast another teleport tonight, we just stop at the Veil. I can create a magical shelter as kind of a base. And an advanced scout team can operate out of there. I don't know. I can't. Bellator, I know you're well traveled. I know you're well connected. I'd like to have you talking to people, but at the same time, that pin of yours, we got a copy of it, so that allows for some pretty easy, instantaneous communication between teams. So we can do advanced scouting with that pin.
Well, I will be reporting everything, yes.
So does it only work if you're using the pin?
Now that's
All right. So, would you mind being a part of the scouting team? We could pop over and get you if we need you for anything.
Well,
else.
just let me know everything you see when I will meet again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take detailed notes.
Good.
Okay. So if that's the plan, I'm gonna try and with the map where we marked it, I'm gonna try and teleport to that location. I don't like this.
The Goliath is coming with us, right?
He's going.
Making his own way.
Yeah, because he needs to prep still.
No, but he can go with us and prepare there. What do you
He's
mean,
going
no?
separately.
He's pretty well said he doesn't want to go. I think he's being polite, but he doesn't want to teleport.
Yeah.
I used to be a little girl with pigtails, and then I teleported once.
Wait, what's my...
So, well, I gotta wait for curiosity to come back before I teleport. So
I'm within earshot the whole time. Like, I've not gone that far.
If curiosity comes back.
Dun dun dun
They
dun.
will. They will, right? Curiosity?
here's the thing on it, though.
You
I
have
don't
no
like this
clue
at
where
all.
I am. I'd like to point
Yeah.
out I can't get
Looking-
lower than 28 stealth.
Looking at the chart, because I would be familiar with how risky this is.
Let's go ahead and go with
What-
the map.
Just a description. Well, here, okay. So it's easier. Okay, never mind. So I'm gonna need an. Because if I take a short rest, I can use my arcane recovery to get scrying back. I can scry on the location. Then I've seen it casually, which gives me a much better chance. It bumps it to more like a 60% chance where we arrive at least somewhere relatively close to it. It puts it at like a 50% chance we arrive at target.
Okay.
If we want to wait till the next day, I can plane shift us. Well, technically, I could plane shift us now, but then we won't have fortifications until the morning.
I think from the darkness you see, take the rest.
An hour.
The rest of what?
Oh, so I'm just gonna, kind of concentrate, get a little mental focus back, so I can cast Scrying again today, without using too much mental magical energies.
Yep.
So I just kind of sorry, I forgot you were waiting around to hear our exact plan here, Erudite. But so are you don't want to teleport with us?
I don't teleport. No.
Okay. So I just wanted to, make it very clear. All right. So, Scry, get over there, get a base operations, rest for the night, pop over to Amalar tomorrow.
He hops off of his magic carpet and rolls it up and stuffs it into a satchel on the side, and wild shapes into a giant saber-toothed parrot. And flaps his massive blue and green wings and begins to take off.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of weird. I never seen one of those before.
Have I seen one of those before?
In the void.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Have
And
I seen one
if
of
I
those
remember, if I remember me, not Tasha, but if I remember the thing about druids is that you have to actually be studying a creature in order to be able to turn into them.
Yes, you have to know things about them in order to do it.
So that's where he ended up because of the teleportation.
It's not a good place.
He went to Jumanji, essentially. He went inside Jumanji, and he's scarred by that. Okay, so we're doing this. We're gonna scry and then go.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'll scry on it. Take the hour. Use arcane recovery. Get a 5th level back and a 2nd and a 1st because I've used them. So might as well.
Okay. While you are doing that, Joran
Yes.
and Curiosity, I would like the two of you to make perception checks. Joran, yours is with advantage.
Ooh. Sorry. Perception, you said.
Mm-hmm.
28.
32.
God damn it.
I rolled a natural 18,
Fuck.
to be fair.
I rolled a natural 17.
As Carrick is preparing himself, both of you, for your own curiosity, likely out of desperation, trying to find a way to cope with what's going on, Joran, simply because you can actually see it approaching. You both see there is a small cloud of ravens that are flying overhead, splitting off into various directions. One heading directly for the Vale. Each of which with their own parcel.
The rest of us can't see this.
No, you would be too busy with what you were doing.
How far away?
About 100 feet straight up.
Is Amy with us?
You did
Yeah.
say you were taking her.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Because Tasha made her fly. Mm,
I'm going to point it out for Amy.
would I know which one is heading the Vale? Like, just from a geographic standpoint?
Yeah, from your current positioning, you are right about there.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that looks as though it is heading north.
Mm-hmm.
Look out the ruler. One that looks like it's heading about this away.
Yeah.
One that is heading that way. One that is heading over this way. One that appears that it is heading off this way.
Is it possible to work out where they came from?
It is definite that they all came from over the water. But beyond that, you wouldn't know.
If I were to fly up and use Mage Hand, could I try snag the bird that's heading for the Vale?
I would say yes. The bird's probably about 6 pounds, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a dex check for it.
Yeah, just to be sure.
Just a straight
Yes.
dex check, or do you want like a sleight of hand?
Let's call it sleight of hand, because obviously the bird is gonna not want to be caught.
I'm just trying to catch hold of it long enough so I can fly up to it.
Uh-huh.
And who knows it. Thank fuck for reliable talent. 28.
Yeah, no problem. You can definitely grip it with your mage hand if need be.
Yeah. I just want to get up to it and see what it's carrying.
It has a scroll that's tied around its ankle.
I'll read it. Or try to read it.
It is sealed with a wax seal showing the seal of the Thieves Guild.
Damn.
Breaking the seal, inside there is a note written in Thieves' Cant
Mm-hmm.
that says, "Come alone, now." And there is a little velvet package attached to the bottom.
I think the group hear a burst of infernal from above them, which
What
which
does
Joshua would
Kiri
recognize
say?
just, oh, it is literally just like motherfucking cunt stick.
Wow.
It sounds even worse than infernal.
I don't know, I think it might sound better in Infernal.
At
When
that point,
when I say worse, I mean more sack.
More guttural, more
Right.
more rage.
Yeah.
I've always imagined that Infernal sounds a lot like Klingon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
just Belfer is going to turn on his ear ring of comprehending languages at that. Just in case there's more.
Yeah. No, I will.
I do have an important question.
Yes.
Are you gonna open the bag?
Yes. I'll release the bird. I'll once I've got the package, I will release the bird.
The bird frantically flies back where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Inside this package, you find an eyeball.
Ooh.
It is the spitting image of one of the perfect gray orbs within Einar's head.
Cool.
Sounds so cool, huh?
Great and good. Great and good. I will put it back in the bag and slowly descend to the ground.
I would like you to make a wisdom save with disadvantage.
Fair. Would you like to hear what I just rolled on the dice?
Sure.
A nat 1 and a nat 2.
Oh,
I
damn.
have a plus 10 wisdom save, but that's
Nat
still only
one,
an 11.
though.
That's 11, and it was a nat 1.
Right. So at this moment, you feel this. It's almost like a burning sensation in your chest. It's not just a sort of grief-torn feeling, as much as it is the mixture of grief and rage that is blinding. And everything in you tells you that you need to go home.
Yeah.
Do we see Curiosity's response to this?
Curiosity never declared that that they were going to be visible again.
With the failed wisdom save, I imagine my concentration probably went a little out the window. Oh wait, I cast Mage Hand. I wouldn't have been invisible.
Ah, true.
Sorry.
There you go. So you would have
So-
been invisible for the flight up, and then not after.
Yeah.
There you are.
So I would have been after. Yeah. I would have just been flapping in midair, however far up it took me to get to the bird.
There you are.
So- Huh. I actually just stopped flying and let myself drop out of the air.
I catch
No,
Curiosity.
Fly.
No, I literally let myself drop. Like, I stopped flapping my wings and just let myself drop to the ground.
I catch curiosity since I was
Oh,
looking.
well, no. For the record, I rolled a natural 20 on my acrobatics to land without breaking my face.
Oh, God.
I mean, it probably fucking hurts.
Then I stand
but-
next to them as
I
they
just
drop.
realized that even casting fly, if you don't want to fly, you don't fly.
Yeah.
So wait, was this while Arcane Recovery was happening? Or
Yes.
at the end? Okay.
So you would land about the same time that Arcane Recovery was starting to drift off.
Okay.
So is Joron catching curiosity?
He doesn't need. They don't need to.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They are absolutely without need. That's what Jade was saying, is that Curiosity rolled a flawless acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Are they hurt?
I don't know. Even with that, do I? If I dropped like 60 feet.
Yeah, let me go ahead and
Yeah, roll some dice. I don't know if I fracture something with my perfect 3-point landing as my knee collides with the floor.
You do take 15 points of bashing damage. However,
Bashing damage.
it is not it is not your body that you have to worry about as much as it is that the gritting of your teeth when you landed actually nearly fractures one of them. You can
Oh.
feel a popping in your jaw.
Oof.
I'm going to.
Does actually part of the tooth break?
It did not break, however, it did sort of fracture in your mouth. So a piece did not come off, but it is broken in your mouth.
I'm going to pat their back and say it's going to be okay. And cast Cure Wounds.
That'll fix that.
What's my ability modifier? Is the plus attack here?
Yeah, no, it's.
It'll be your wisdom modifier, babe.
Oh, wisdom. Oh. 10. Healing.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright, what are we doing? We need to do whatever it is real fast. We've already discussed what we have to do. Let's just start doing things. We don't have a lot of time to just wait around.
All right. So, unless I have directions, I don't know what's in the bag. If my arcane recovery is done, I'm gonna scry.
Okay.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I just want to stress to Tasha, like, this is the quietest and stillest you have seen Curiosity in about all the years that you have known them.
And probably
Right.
the most affectionate that Tasha's gonna be when she goes
Yeah.
to, like,
Yeah,
try and comfort Curiosity.
yeah, they didn't even respond to what Joron did.
Okay. So you're scrying on where? On the outskirts of the Vale?
Yeah, the meeting stone that
Hmm.
the guy told us to.
That arrow die pointed out.
Aerodai. I will remember his name. Never. It's.
Never at all.
I've
Not even
checked
the
my
once.
notes every single time. It's not sticking in my brain. I don't know why.
Adirondack, Archibald.
True.
Right.
Amadeus.
Yes, Aerodai the Wanderer. Yes, so you are able to plainly see the area that he spoke of.
Okay.
It is an abandoned camp high in the treetops.
All right. So yeah, kind of burn it into my brain as best I can, and cast. Hey, all right, everyone, gather around. It's about time to leave.
You'll take me to Amalar in the morning?
Absolutely, I promise.
First thing is you're gonna go there. I promise you. No matter what. Okay?
Okay. So, do you want me to roll the D percentage on teleport, or do you want to roll?
I'll roll the percentage.
Okay.
Are you just doing a regular teleport?
Yep, just a regular teleport. This isn't great, guys. We got like a 50% chance.
I just got one of my dad's eyeballs in the mail. It's relative.
I got a 49.
Whew, okay, so we're just off target. I think. Oh shit, no, I'm not seen casually, I've viewed once.
Uh-huh.
Damn, okay. No, we're not.
What happens?
we arrive in a similar area.
Oh shit!
That's not the right place at all.
It is not the right place at all.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
So,
As you vanish, I'm going to take us back to the map. As you vanish from the desert of Coriolis, and instead arrive in the forested area. Where's my cursor? There it is. At the foot of the mountains of Dvartholm.
So after, am I familiar enough with teleport to realize that this just took me to, like, looking around, seeing that this looks a lot like the place I was at, but it's clearly not the place I was just looking at? That this isn't even on track?
You would need to make a perception check.
Okay.
Do I need to make a perception check to realize that I'm right next to Dwarfholm?
And do I need to make a perception check to know this isn't the Veil?
I'm not going to
One
ask.
person at a time, folks. One person.
17 on my perception check.
Okay, so you can plainly tell that this place is not where you had intended to go. It is
All right.
quite similar, but it is definitely wrong.
Oh, I have no idea where we are. That's why I don't like teleporting when I don't know.
Curiosity also would have no idea where you are, which would immediately tell you this is not the Vale.
I mean, I have been to Dvartholm that once.
Bellathor, you remember this about 2,000 years ago as that place that you and your nephew set up a brewery. There are casks of mead that have been hauled off into tree trunks, and there are just line upon line of old beehives. It's all
Hey,
overgrown. It hasn't been used in quite a while, but for you, who is very familiar with what it once looked like, this is like your backyard.
Oh, hey, this is my brewery. How did you know to bring us here?
What?
This is my
Where the
brewery.
hell are we?
My brewery, I said so.
You have a
Where?
brewery in the Vale?
It's not
No,
the Veil.
Dwarfholm.
What?
This is-
We are right on the foothills of Dwarfholm.
I
Carrick,
look
what
at,
the hell
I
did you
look
do?
at Carrick, just like full pissed off, 6'2" of agitated indigo tiefling.
All right. So remember when we were talking about, trying to teleport over to wherever the hell we were originally going to go, that undead city. I said that I don't want to teleport there because I've never been there before. Yeah, this kind of happens sometimes when you don't know. That's why I really want to a major city and then spend some time. So here's the thing: I can give it another chance, or we can kind of sleep in a pocket dimension tonight, and then I can plane shift us over in the morning, which will be 100% accurate.
And what about the teleport to Amalar in the morning?
I can also do that, but again, understand, I haven't ever been there either myself.
But you could
So-
plane shift there. Could you plane shift there?
I could plane shift there, but that would mean another day. So here's the thing. I think with kind of what's going on, so a bad guy's got your dad, right? You need to be there immediately. We're not getting to the Vale tonight. So what I think probably is the better course of action is I can...
Scry.
I can't do any more scrying tonight. I'm done. There's no scrying. I say sleep in a demi-plane. I'll plane shift us to Amalar so we can do that. I can scry on the new place another time and then try and teleport us over there for the end of the day. I'll have a better familiarity with it. Maybe it'll be easier for me to teleport there. Or I could plane shift us to another plane and then we could plane shift out in the morning, but tomorrow may have to just be an Amalar day. I don't know what else to do about it. Because I told you I promised we'd get you there in the morning. I think that, no matter what, I can keep that promise for you.
Amy pulls on your tabard,
Yes.
Joran. I don't want to interrupt what's going on, but have you considered the dragon rails?
From Dwarfholm.
Yes.
We are right next to Dwarfholm.
Dvartholm, it connects to everything.
We could ask my nephew.
We could. You know what? I've never been there.
Yeah, neither have I. This is, again, and us, so it connects to everywhere. That could get us all to where we want to go without any magic tomorrow. We could all leave from Dwarfholm. If we booked it, could we go tonight?
I don't know. We could try. I mean, the dragon rails are always running. It's just a matter of, well, it's not exactly safe during the nighttime hours. But I mean, we're well equipped. I'm sure that we could handle it.
I pat her on her back and say, "Good job, Squire. Lead the way."
And that's where I'm going to call game this week.
Oh man.
Just before we do that, can I cast one spell?
What do you want to cast?
I want to tell my nephew I'm coming home.
Oh.
And
Coming
that's
home. Coming home.
One
Tell
more
the world.
game is done for us. We've come far and wide, all the way from one side of this continent to the other, mostly without expecting to. And on the plus side, if you just keep sniping down every blackbird you see, you might be able to put your dad back together.
Oh, wow.
Now, I would like to thank everyone for coming. Thank you, all of my wonderful players. Thank you at home for watching us along. My name is Mike. I am your GM, and it was fantastic having you again this week.
Have a lovely day and or evening. Goodbye, everyone.